Assalamualaikum and good day. Welcome to our discussion for the week 9 learning material, which is about the term paper. So, we will know more about how to write a term paper and let's start. Okay, so a term paper is a research-based written project in which you present your views and findings on a chosen topic. Now, the paper is usually between 5 and 10 pages long, but it you can exceed depending on the discussion that you want to do in the term paper. And it is expected that you will choose an appropriate topic, gather information about it, and report the findings in a paper. So, um, many assume that research paper and term paper are the same, but they are not entirely accurate actually. These concepts may be overlapping each other, and however, it is important to note that not all term papers involve academic research and not all research papers are term papers. Okay, so a term paper is a research paper written by students over an academic term or semester, in your case in a trimester, which accounts for a large amount of grade and makes up much of the course. So, for instance, in our English 2, malaki talaga yung grade ng term paper because that's what we are up to, right? To produce a term paper. So, let's discuss how what are the parts of term paper. So, we have the five parts. We have the preliminary pages, introduction, body, conclusion, and references. In the preliminary pages, it has um, flyleaf. This is the first page and is left empty. And then we have the some term paper pwedeng hindi nalalagyan ng flyleaf. But other instructors require flyleaf. But in my case, no need to include a flyleaf. Another part of the preliminary pages are the title page and the outline or the table of contents. Okay, in the title page, it depends on the formatting that will be given to you. Okay, so the next part is the introduction. This is a separate sheet, or it could be a one page, or how many pages that you want. And then we have the body, the conclusion, and the references. This references follows the APA format, which will be discussed in the succeeding discussion. Okay, here are the steps in writing a term paper. So there are six easy steps. Okay, again, there are six easy steps. We have number one, finalize topic and thesis statement. Um, Number two, take down notes and systematize a body of paper. Organize citations in the body and paper with a conclusion. Finalize bibliography entries and make a draft and edit. So let's discuss one by one each of the step. Okay, step one, finalize topic and thesis statement. To make your research work more enjoyable, in addition to what have been discussed from our previous modules, you must consider this following in selecting a topic. So, in selecting a topic, it should be interesting, researchable, manageable, and significant. When we say significant, it is important nowadays, no? It is relevant to um, what is happening. Okay, in step two, take down notes and systematize the body of the paper. Okay, in making this, you need to note take, okay? Or you need to do note taking. Note take is one of the most important things to consider in doing a research. And it allows you to organize your thought quickly and makes you a good note taker. Okay, so it is important to be both thorough and concise, and most importantly, you as a writer should strive for accuracy. Careful note taking will help you avoid problem of plagiarism. Okay, so you can write your notes on an index card, which makes arranging and rearranging information easier. By writing it in notebook, beginning every entry on a fresh page, or by using letter or legal size sheets clipped together according to one system or another. Okay? So there are kinds of notes that you may do. We have the paraphrasing and the summarizing. Okay, so in paraphrasing, it is an attempt to translate, okay, modify, or express in your own style and language the content of another text for the purpose of explaining, clarifying, or simplifying a significant idea that you intend to communicate to your readers. Okay, so that's paraphrasing. So here is an example of a paraphrasing of text. We have this original text from Yasmin Mugahid, 2012, in her book Reclaim Your Heart. So this one paragraph could be paraphrased, and that paraphrase should be used in your term paper. Okay. The purpose of this is to avoid plagiarism. Okay. So here, um, this is the example of a paraphrased text, which is derived from the original text above. Okay, so here, I will let you read it on yourself so that you will understand what I'm trying to say, no? For instance, in the first sentence, we have the original text now. It states here that the ego is part of us that loves power. It loves to be seen, recognized, praised, and adored, and Facebook provides a powerful platform for this. For the paraphrase text, here's the example. There is a part of human beings that loves to be seen, recognized, praised, adored, and that which seeks power, which is the ego. So, as if you notice, there is really a paraphrasing here because um, the content is not changed, but the structure is. Okay, in summary, um, we can summarize what you have read if the demand is to record the general idea of large amounts of material. Okay, so a summary is only about one-third length of the original, and it is condensed version of a passage, and the summary presents only the most important ideas of the passage. So when your summary is derived from an original source, you oblige to credit that source on your paper, and this can be done by indicating the title and the author, or it can be done formally by parenthetical citations. Okay, so here are the four steps in summarizing. Number one, identify the main points of the passage. Number two, step two, organize and present the main points in a coherent way. Third step, be faithful to the meaning of the source and be accurate in representing the main ideas. And the fourth step is cite appropriately and integrate the summary into the text effectively. Okay, so here is an example of a summary. This is the original passage. And then when you summarize that, here it is. So see, it is just a one-third of the original text. So here, again, this is the original passage, and then um, this is the final um, summarized passage. Okay, so paano ba yan siya? For example, paano ba yan siya nagawa? Ganito, nag-note-taking muna. So, ang ginawa ng author dito is that it could be he summarized he summarizes this into two ways. It could be in a bullet form or in a paragraph summary. But in writing a term paper, it should be in a paragraph summary. Okay, so ito yung result ng paragraph summary. Okay, so here is an example also of the passage na original. So here, the red effect. Okay, so as you noticed, this is long, right? It has one, two, three, four paragraphs. Now, this is a sample of a summary in a bullet form. Ito, and then, okay, wala siyang sample na in a paragraph form, but you can make this in a paragraph form and you can have already the one-third of the um, summary from the original, so one-third of the summary, right, of the original text. Okay, this is the passage. Okay, this is the original passage number 2, which is entitled The Red Effect. As you notice, there are 4 paragraphs here. And when you summarize that in a bullet form, you will form this. Okay, so as you notice, this is just the one-third of the original text, which is again the summary of the passage. Okay, so another one is the direct quotation. You may do direct quotation. Um, Instead na mag-paraphrase ka, you may do direct quotation para hindi ka makapag-plagiarize, no? So a direct quotation involves quoting the exact words in your source of information, and you should use quotes sparingly. And the number of sources you use needs to be reflective of the length of your paper. And when quoting a source, remember to give appropriate credit to the author. And quotes should never be used in a sentence by themselves. So, um, this is an example of a bad example of a direct quotation. Okay, so here, bakit siya bad? Because the quote should not be should not be in a sentence by itself. So it needs to be included in a sentence with your own words. For instance, um, okay, for instance, here there are 2 ways or methods. We have the short quotations and no long quotations. Okay, so short quotations, you may use a complete sentence followed by a colon. So here, kanina kasi, yung bad example ay may dalawang sentence, no? So the good example or the proper way of direct quoting is isang sentence lahat, um, including your own words. For instance, here, use the complete sentence by a colon. So, example, Tolkien's description of Elrond used literary similes, then colon, and then ilagay yung exact words na sinabi ng author. Okay? And then you may use a comma by saying, according to Richard A. Posner, okay? Isulat agad yung direct quotation. So, this already comprised one sentence, and then a method 2 has also one sentence. In a method 3, insert the quotation directly into your sentence with no additional punctuation. So, Dan says that instead of looking at one another, Americans talk to their reflections. So, yung um, quotation dyan means yan yung sinabi ng author. Exact words na sinabi niya. If it is not exact, kung i-paraphrase mo siya, then it's not a direct quotation. Okay, another one is the long quotation. When a quotation is 4 typed lines or more, you need to create what's called a block quotation by using the following guidelines. So, here, in block quotation, you may need to do indent the quotation 1 inch or 2 tabs from the left margin. So, ito yung first indent. So, dapat may dalawa kang indent or tab. Yan. Then, do not use quotation marks. Again, para yan siya sa mga long quotations. And then, include the parenthetical citation before the period. Again, before the period. Then, avoid ending paragraphs with block quotes and try to follow it up with an explanatory sentence. Okay, so this is an example of a long quotation. So, this is the example also of a note card. here. So I won't discuss more about this. So let's discuss only the most important. Okay, so here, I hope you understand our lesson for today about the term paper. So I'll be providing more instructions about our activity for this for in the succeeding discussion or in our Edmodo class. And thank you for right now.